Yesterday we have started professional conduct, etiquettes and code of ethics. In that we have seen the certain points such as the oath, declaration and the oath. So in the declaration we have seen that at the time of registration we have to submit that declaration plus honeymoon and oath also we have seen. Then we have started general principles regarding the practitioner, regarding his character, then the standard and characters and morals. Practitioner's responsibility, its responsibility is to treat the sick person with utmost care and with the most devotion. He should not advertise. The payment of the professional service should be fixed. There should not be any rebate and a commission. That is the cut practice. Then we have seen the duties of practitioner to their patient, how he should behave with the patient. He is the obligation with the sick. It is total responsibility of the physician. Then he can terminate his services in certain conditions, like the patient is not following the diet and regime as advised by the physician, or he is not capable of giving the service to that patient, where the patient requires the secondary care, where the patient is not listening that alcohol, he is also taking the alcohol or the tobacco, anything that the patient is the physician is asked to the patient not to take, but he is not listening, where the complete information from the patient he is not getting because of the certain reasons, or the disease is incurable. So these are the certain conditions where the physician can terminate his services. Then we have seen the act of negligence, behavior towards the patient. Then visits, he should give the proper time each and every visit of the patient. He should not neglect that patient. About the prognosis also we have seen he should not maximize or he should not minimize the prognosis of the disease, the prognosis of the patient. जो condition है patient की, whatever may be the disease, he should convey the message to the relatives, to the patient as well. Otherwise that it will be a dangerous to the patient or to the disease. And he should uh, handle that patient with patience, delicacy, and he should not discuss the history of the patient with any other physician or with any colleague or relatives. The secrecy of the patient should be maintained. He should not discuss it even with the non-medical layman. Then we have seen the duties of practitioner to the professional. First, we have seen what are the duties of the practitioner with the patients. Now we will see the duties of practitioner to the profession. So, as he is loyal to the patient, he should be loyal to the profession. He should give the respect to the honor to the profession. For that, he can attain any medical society where he can give his time and the energy for the betterment of the society. With that, he should not do any unethical conduct. He should follow all the cardinal principles, all the principles of the medical field. Practitioner of homeopathy should not do any corruption, or he should be honest. Then he should not be have any jealous feeling with his colleagues. Then about the substitute, we have seen he should not take any money if he is going for the substitute. Charges should be fixed. If he called by the another physician in the emergency visit, he should not extend his services. जब तक उसको बुलाया है तब तक he has to give, otherwise he has to hands up. And now we will start with the engagement of the obstetric cases. up till यहाँ तक हमारा कल हो गया था. Now this is the last point in the duties of the practitioner to the profession. So in case of obstetric case means where he has to take care of the lady, a pregnant lady, as well as if that lady has delivered a baby. So that is known as an obstetric case, where he delivered a baby and we have to take care of that mother and the child. So if a practitioner of homeopathy is engaged to attend a woman during her pregnancy or during the delivery, he should do it. Refusal to do so on excuse of any other engagement shall not be considered ethical, except when he is already engaged on a similar or other serious case. So as we are only having this obstetric subject in the third year, but in that also we are having the knowledge of normal labor as well as cesarean section also. So though you are not having the experience of the cesarean section, I am saying the experience, but you can observe it, you can do it normal labor. But in the cesarean section, you have to do a separate course for that. On the different pathies, the different courses are there. If you want to operate it, if you want to do the C-section, you have to have the experience at least about 2 to 3 years. You have to do that course, and after that you should have the 5 years experience under any practitioner. So this is the norms that we have to follow, which are given by the government. We should have a certificate and we should have at least 3 to 5 year experience of that C-section. But in that case, if there is an emergency and someone has called you to attain that normal labor or to give utmost care to that lady, then you cannot refuse it unless and until you are having the same case or you are having some another serious issue. Because primary care we can give, though we are not experienced in the C-section or the cesarean section, but we can do the hygienic, we can maintain the hygienic condition, we can take care of the lady, we can take care of that child also. So primary care we can give. That much knowledge we are having. We know the anatomy, physiology, we know the pathology, and also we know the obstetric and gynecology from the third year. So the primary care we can, yes, we can give. When a homeopathic practitioner who has been engaged to attend on the obstetric case, so if it is not possible to do it, you can send for the delivery to the another hospital, provided that we should take the consent from the patient, and we have to send the patient to the another hospital, and at the same time we have to get the consent from the patient if you want to substitute yourself by another practitioner. When it becomes a duty of a practitioner of homeopathy occupying an official position to see and report upon an illness or injury, he shall communicate to the practitioner of homeopathy in attendance so as to give him an option of being present. The medical officer shall avoid remarks upon the diagnosis or the treatment that has been adopted. So this point is related when you will do the duties in the hospitals. So whenever you are doing the night shift or whenever you are doing any shift in the general hospital as well as in the homeopathic hospital, so you will have the duty morning 8 o'clock to afternoon 2 o'clock. This is a general shift, or the second shift starts from the 2 o'clock up to the night 8 o'clock, and the third shift, that is a night shift, starts from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So when you are doing as a resident medical officer, when you are doing if you are doing in an internship also, you will have these duties, and in that duties you have to hand over your work. So over bolte hai usko, we have to give the over to the another physician. So in that over or in that handling over the duties, you should explain each and everything to that next person, next physician who will be substitute you for that period. So each and everything, pulse, BP, hygienic condition, diet and regime, regarding the medicine, regarding the saline, regarding the injection, antibiotics, or if you are working in a homeopathic hospital, there also you have to give the each and everything regarding the nebulization, vaporization, or any injection or any plaster, massage, diet, all the medicines that you have given regarding the placebo. So all the things you have to hand over to that another physician who will come in the duty instead of you. You have to hand over that things. So each and everything you have to report. And if you are being a substitute, पहले किसी ने ड्यूटी की है, now you will join. So at that case, if that physician has made the diagnosis, don't interfere in that. Don't rub it, and you are writing your own notes, you are writing your own diagnosis. This should not be done. If you want to write down, you can write down with the pencil, you can write down below of their notes. So you should not change their notes. When you will do in the internship in our college, you will get all these things. So every time you have to write down the notes, you have to write down the date, you have to write down the medicine, and all the things. It should be in a proper way, and last you have to do your signature, so that the one can understand कि या आपने नोट्स लिखे हुए हैं या पहले किसी ने ये लिखे हुए हैं. So in the obstetric case, we have seen कि we can give the primary care to that lady, though we are not a specialist in the cesarean section, but we are having the knowledge of it. We are having the observation in the normal labor also we can do, but for that we have to take the consent of the patient कि हम substitute जा रहे हैं, या फिर पेशेंट आपके पास है, you are not able to give the proper service, you can send that patient for the secondary care to another hospital with the consent of the patient. Second, if you are working in the any hospital, general hospital or the homeopathic hospital, you have to give the proper you have to give the proper notes to the another physician, and do not write anything regarding their notes, their diagnosis. So this is under the engagement for the obstetric case. So you cannot refuse that obstetric case unless and until you are having another same case, or you are having any emergency or a serious case. So these are the duties of the practitioner towards his profession. Now we will see the duties of practitioner in consultations. So first one is the consultation shall be encouraged. In case of serious illness, especially in doubtful or difficult conditions, the practitioner of homeopathy shall request consultation. He shall also do so in the prophylaxing illness, in therapeutic abortions, in the treatment of women. So had procured criminal abortion in suspected cases of poisoning, or when desired by the patient or his relatives. So what do you mean by this? Consultation should be encouraged. That means if you are having a patient of a simple stomachache, then patient comes to you since 1 month or 2 months, and you are giving the medicine for the stomachache and the acidity. With that, he is also having the loose motion. So these are all the complaints with modalities and the characteristic. You had given him the certain medicines, you are following the laws of homeopathy, you are following the Kent's observation on all the things, but still he is not getting the relief. So what you will do? So this is your question. If the patient after the medicine, repeated medicine, 2 to 3 follow-ups or the 4 to 5 follow-ups, if the patient is not getting the relief by your medicine, then what will be your next step? Okay, just a general knowledge.